only if you learn halachas, you're muftach ben olam haba. Doesn't the Mishnah say in Sanhedrin, Kol Yisrael yeshal chelik olam haba? Abraham, we have a problem on the table. Shas ends that all Jews have a chelik in olam haba. So, and here the Gemara says only if you're a ben olam haba, only if you're a shayna halachas.
It doesn't say only.
It says Kol shayna halachas l'chol yom. Whoever learns halachas every day, muftach is guaranteed to ben olam haba.
Maybe he's learning, but he's not performing.
I get a shot.
Well, how's that? Yeah, you hear my question?
It says, "Call Yisrael Yisrael Mechavim Olam Haba." Chutz me this and this and this, and who's one of them? An apikoros. An apikoros is somebody who goes against halach. If somebody learns halach all day, he'll never become an apikoros, and he'll have an olam haba.
All right.
Because that's the hemshech of the Mishnah.
All right. So I have another answer.
Like that.
The Mishnah Sanhedrin says, "Kol Yisrael Yeshlam Chelik." The Mishnah Sanhedrin says every Jew, even though he doesn't learn halachas, has a chelik in olam haba. But if you learn halachas, you don't only have a chelik, you're a ben olam haba.
That's
You hear my chiddush, Avram? When a mother divides up apple pie between her children and the neighbor's kids, so who gets a bigger slice of the pie? It's the ben, the child, no? So this is my chiddush, take it or leave it. Every Jew has a chelik in olam haba. You get a portion of the pie, right, Avram?
Yeah.
But if you study halachas, you're a ben olam haba, and a child gets a larger portion than what? Than a stranger in the night.
Neighbor's kid.
Do you like my chiddush?
Yeah.
Okay, give it over. Okay. So you learn halachas, you're a ben olam haba. Wow.
They told me this morning at the president's house, Shana Tova.
You at the president's house today?
I go to the president's house to daven 3 days a week.
There's a minion there.
There's a minion, that's why they may have us come, so that there's a minion. But so far the president doesn't come.
So it looks like your Rabbeinu ArtScroll asked my kasha over here. Afapi should call you so yeshem chelik olam haba.
They had a Christmas tree there also?
No.
Here, Avram. Every Jew has a chelik in olam haba, right? The kol mokom yesh anoshim shebeglal chata'eim they have to go to Gehenna first. You hear how ArtScroll deals with the problem? The Mishnah says all Jews have a chelik in olam haba, but there are certain people that before they get their chelik, they need root canal.
Or a
Tooth pulled, right? So, but because of their sins, before they get the olam haba, before they get the chelik, they're going to have to go to Gehenna to get cleansed in order to be able to receive their chelik. But the chiddush here that the Gemara is teaching that if you study halachos, you don't have to go to Gehenna. Ooh. By learning halachos, you don't need root canal.
Let's start learning. Let's learn halachas.
It's like being married to a bad wife.
Should call me.
Who says that, Shah?
Rabbeinu ArtScroll. Who does he quote here?
It's hard to say.
Who does he quote?
Can you read it again?
1 second.
Carefully.
He quotes the Be'er Sheva. He quotes the Be'er Sheva.
No, I've heard of it.
That's what he quotes. You hear what he's saying?
We always assume that everybody needs
Again, Apapi should call you so Yeshon Chelik Lamba, Mekom Okem Yeshan Noshim, Shebeglal Chateyem, they have to Lizbal Gehenna in order to be able to be cleansed to get their Chelik. But the Perashah here teaches me, Avram, should call me Shoshayin Halachos Lo Yitztarech Lavo LaGehenna. He can bypass. You learn halachas every day. You won't have to go to Gehenna, and you get your chelik right away. Ooh.
So why is it? So we should do it.
So what are we doing? No, what do you think we're doing? What do you think are we doing? Huh?
You're learning halakha. Everything you're learning, you're learning halakha. Every day.
Is he right? What is he saying? When you learn chumash, you're learning halach.
Well, that's what I do. I extract the halakha. That's what I do. I don't just learn the chumash. I extract the halakha. Verstehen? So here, this chiddush over here. It brings you another chiddush over here. If you are learning halachas every day, you're a ben olam haba while you're still alive. You hear the chiddush? When you're learning halachas every day, you are already a ben olam haba. Even though you're still in this world, you are already what? Part of the next world.
It says here.
Wow.
Kol ha'omer tehilu David b'chol yom. Muftach lo sheben olam.
Right, the Gemara in Brachos.
That's who say Asher should say all day.
Right.
So he says over here,
Yeah.
the Perashah says, Mafras lo olam haba, shemitzvah ze mafrat lo olam haba, aval mishum mitzvah ze levad einu ben olam haba. It'll help you out.
All right. But here the Perashah Chidush. Okay. So we have a Chidush Nifla over here. Chidush Nifla.
The Rebbe said in the name of Zimmerman,
That?
he said, why you have been Olam Haba? He said, because the sklis of learning halakha is so great, it's impossible not to get the next world.
It's impossible not to. But the Chiddush here is when you're learning halachas every day, even though you're still in this world, you already have been Olam Haba. It's like you're living in the next world simultaneously when you're engaging in halachas.
Like Adam was supposed to.
Like a two-story, right. Ben Olam Haba. Pretty interesting over here, right?
You learn it, you might keep it and not get into too much trouble.
Halichas Olam Loi. Do not rewrite. Yechavakuk says the ways of the world are his. Atikva Halichas Ela Halachos. The laws of the world are his. Halacha. Halachta bedrachav. Right, Avram? Walk this way. Who said that? Groucho Marx? Halachta bedrachav. What? Okay, so that's how it ends. And it begins with what? With Memes at Karban Shema, right? Ba'arvid. Why is that the first mitzvah that Shas begins with? When do you read Shema in the evening? Why is that the first mitzvah Shas begins with? Yeah, but why is that the first mitzvah that Shas begins with? The mitzvah of Krishma Ba'arvis.
When you're laying down. When you're laying down.
The day starts in the evening.
So, why not tefillin?
Because
Why not
it's
Shabbos?
in the morning. The day starts in the evening.
So, do Friday night. Mitzvah to eat gefilte fish. Make Kiddush Friday night.
Friday night is Yom
That's
Shishi.
every
So,
that's only once a week.
But why do you
Once a
begin
week. Once a
with
week,
the Shema Arvis?
Shema's every night.
Shema's every night, okay.
Shema's only once a week.
Okay. Why not begin with tefillin?
Because that's the morning. You're going to start the night.
Okay.
I like what
Good,
that is. It's
good.
the first night.
Good.
So the first
Okay,
thing-
I hear what you're saying, but I want to just fine tune it. What's the first mitzvah a bar mitzvah boy has to do as a bar chiyuva? No. Shema the night before. Shema the night before. Tefillin begins the next morning. But a mitzvah bocher, the first mitzvah he has to do as a bar chiyuva is Shema b'arvit. So therefore Shas begins with what?
Yeah, that's fine.
With the first mitzvah Jew has to do. The first mitzvah Jew has to do as a bar chiyuva is what? Shema, not tefillin, because tefillin is the next morning. But he already became a bar mitzvah when? The night goes after the day.
Right.
So it's very logical for Rebbe to begin the Shas with the first mitzvah that we have to do as a godel, which is Shema Arvis. That's why Rebbe begins the Mishnah with that. Pretty interesting, huh? Shema Arvis. That's the first mitzvah the Bocher has to do. And the Torah begins, the Torah says that way, Abba, right? Look what the Torah says that way. Take a look what the Torah says. Right? The Torah says,
This first mitzvah is to keep time, to keep Rosh Chodesh. And Shemot, the first mitzvah God gives us, except for when He gave us at the Oasis, He gave us limited Shabbos, but the first mitzvah given in the Chumash is Rosh Chodesh.
the Torah tells us, on page 558, which Shema comes first? 558 Pasuk Zayin. Bishinamta lebenecha v'dibarta bam b'shitru v'esech lecha u'v'shach b'hov kimecha. You have to read the Shema when you lie down and when you get up. So the Torah mentions Arvis first, right, Avram? Uvishachmo. What does Vishachmo mean? When you go to sleep. That's talking about reading the Shema, what? Of the evening. When you go to sleep. So the Torah writes the Shema of the evening before the Shema of the morning. That's another reason why Rabbi begins with the Shema Arvit, because that's what the Torah says. Ubishach b'cho, u'kimecho. Right? You shall teach your children. Rashi doesn't go, the Pashup Pshat is your biological children, but Rashi doesn't go that way. We'll have to understand why not. See Pasuk Zayin Avram, 558 Zayin. Yishinamta levanecha. See Rashi?
Yep.
What does Yishinamta mean? Rashi Zayin. Loshem chidut. What does chidut? Sharp. Sharpie. Shoy mechadolim ficha. The words of Torah should be sharp in your mouth. You shouldn't stutter when somebody asks you a question. Shim yishalcha adam davar. When a person asks you a matter, lo yitei tzorach legam game bo. What does the gambe mean?
With bubble gum.
Elo amaloi miyad. Megam, maybe I think so. Maybe megam game. Megam game. Yishanantam. Tell him sharp and straight the tshuva when a guy asks you a question. Levanecha, what does Rashi say, Avram? Levanecha? How does Rashi know that? Maybe it means your biological children, like what the text says. Why does Rashi have to say it means the Talmidim? See, 1 second, Unkala says children. So why does Rashi insist it's what? It's Talmidim, your spiritual children. Why does Rashi say that for? Footnote Ayin. L'chein lo ksiv yishenamta levanecha l'nei benecha. So he's saying that Rashi means, if it would mean your biological children, it would say benecha b'nei benecha. Your children and your grandchildren. So since it stops by children, Rashi says it means what? What, Avram?
It's Tamidim.
Tamidim. Who are also your children, spiritual children, right? And Rashi goes on to prove that he's right. You get it? We find in many places in Tanakh shetalmidim kruyim bonim, that children, that disciples are called what? Children. Shenemar, Deuteronomy 14, bonim atam Hashem elokechem. We are God's disciples. Avram, get it? V'omer, and in Pasuk in Malachim, b'nei hanaviyim asher betel. The children of the Nevi'im doesn't mean the children of the Nevi'im, it means what? The disciples of the Nevi'im. V'chein b'cheskio. Cheskio, shelimei Torah l'chol Yisrael, for Abanim. Cheskio taught Torah to Am Yisrael, and they're called Banai, Ato. He called all of Klal Yisrael my children. Why? Because he taught them what? If you teach someone Torah, it's like you what? Are his spiritual parent. Ukeshem shetalmidim kruyim banim, shenem abonim atam Hashem lekechem. Just like disciples are called what? Children. Kacharav kori av. So the teacher, the Rabbi, is called what? It's called what? Father. Shenema avi rechev Yisrael. Remember when Eliyahu Novi was taken into heaven in a fiery chariot, and Elisha cried out, "My father, my father." Was he his father? Eliyahu was not Elisha's father. So why did Elisha call Eliyahu my father? Avram, why? Because he was his teacher. So we see that your teacher, your Rebbe, is your spiritual father. Avi Rechef Yisrael. V'dibarta bam. So the Yikah conversation should be what? On Leah Torah. Dibarta bam. Every word of Torah is Nachamitzah. Dibarta bam. Dibarta bam. Chofetz Chaim said an average person can speak 200 words a minute. So if you hear or speak 200, in every minute you can get 200 mitzvahs. Dibarta bam. Dibarta bam. And what kind of mitzvah? Talmud Torah can I get kulam? So every word of Torah is a mitzvah. It's not just a mitzvah, it's connected kulam.
Mem is b'matai and bes is what? Bam.
B'dibar tabam, very good. Beautiful. B'dibar tabam, you know what the man said?
You know what he said?
Yaakov Meir said a beautiful word. B'dibar tabam. Look at the word bam. With me or against me? Pasuk Zayin.
Zion.
Bay stands for Bereshis, beginning of the Torah Shebeksav, and the Mem stands for what?
Last line of the Torah.
Meimatai, the beginning of Torah Shabbat. Beautiful, beautiful, bueno. The Barta Bum, right? What should your main conversation be? Bum. Beis is beginning of Torah Shabbat Beksav, Bereshit, and Mem is the beginning of Meimatai. What does Meimatai mean, Avram?
What time?
From what time should you read what?
Shema.
Shema. So that's it. So your conversation should be bum. Torah Shebiksav Bereshis.
That's in Brachos, the first
Of
one.
course. First Mishnah Bum. Meimasai also means from fear. You should read the Shema from fear. Meimasai means from when, but it also means from fear. You should be in awe and fear. Right? From when and from fear you should what? Read the Shema. Trepidation. So that's it. Yeah. Okay. So you want to do the brachas, or you want to do the parasha, or what?
Halachas.
Brachas?
Halachas.
Halachas, I mean,
Not berekis. Do we have brachas here?
No, I like to do, we got Vayigash.
What?
Today's Wednesday.
Everybody took them already. People were researching on yeshiva already.
They're all gone?
I saw in Osharad, they had piles of every type of brachas you wanted.
Brachas.
Did they have it in, I didn't go to them, that I saw they're having a sale. Did they have any art scrolls? Did you see any art scrolls?
They had all they had Mishnah, they had, I don't know.
We have a lot here, I know that.
If you go to the bookstores, I'm sure there'll be piles.
There's a lot
I
here.
saw that,
Yeah.
but I saw that they were running an ad at Osharad that they're gonna have all kinds of ones on sale in honor of the Siyum. But I didn't get over to.
The art scroll's a question whether they have.
That's, I wanted to know if they had an art scroll or not for the time.
If you go to Manny's,
I know we have a
this
lot.
time of Manny's and
Manny's was with us on our trip, as long as Manny, but
He'll have all that.
they have them, but they're expensive here.
Was it
Much more
120 something?
more. So now that you can get
When
Amazon
you get soft
online,
cover, you can make a minui with
Right.
a subscription to.
right?
You get a soft cover. They send it to you every month.
They do, but here they said it's expensive to get it over here. But now with Amazon's free sale, I haven't seen whether or not you can get the books because it's
Amazon is what? It's free shipping?
free shipping if it's more than $50, but you have to make it less than $75, so there's no customs.
So that's between 50 and 75.
$50 and $75.
That's it. So it has to be, okay.
Oh, under $70.
Under 75, I believe it's under 75.
Okay.
Otherwise, you pay 18% tax. There's
So
no
let's run
tax.
halachas. Let's run halachas. You want to
You're
run
not paying
halachas?
the tax.
I thought you parasha of the week. So many halachas. You just have to extract them.
Okay, let's
Page
do it.
144.
144.
Let's learn
Can
halachas.
we study the brachas of Amazon when you set her? And after you get a shipment, what do you say from Amazon? When you get a shipment from Amazon? Bracha Amazon.
Amazon? Amazon. Oh,
Amazon.
Amazon. Hard.
You know what Amazon stands for? So, by the way, there's so many people in Lakewood. They make their parnassa from Amazon. They
what?
sell.
Buy and sell
They, in other words, they get into some business selling chloride, right? So they're the chloride distributor for Amazon. So they sell Amazon. So they're selling chloride all over the world on Amazon. So you know what they in Lakewood? You know what they how they type out the word Amazon? People, mazan, zonos. You know, mazonos.
Hashem
It's
gives the parnassa.
Give parnassa to the people through Amazon.
Who are the founders? Must be Jews, right?
What's that?
Jeff Burkos, he was a Jew, but not a religious Jew.
Who?
Jeff Burkos is the founder of Amazon.
Jeff Burker?
Burkos is a multi-billionaire.
No, it's
Bezos.
Hold it. He's a Jew?
I believe he's a Jew.
Who told you that?
Page 140. But that's my time. Let's learn. You want halachas, no?
144.
Yeah, 144.
Okay.
I'm not his mother, so I can't say for sure.
Do Google search.
We'll learn halachas, right? 144 pasuk of Tes.
144 Chav Tes.
Vayese Yosef merkafto. Yosef harnessed his chariot. Vayal liklas Yisrael aviv Goshen. And he went to greet his father who was in Goshen. Vayer Elav, he appeared to him. Vayipol al Tzavorov, he fell on his neck. Vayef al Tzavorov, he cried a long time on his neck.
Okay.
So what is the Torah telling me over here?
What's this got to do with anything? Yeah.
Right. So look at Rashi, Chavtes, 144. Yosef harnessed the chariot. Why didn't I take a Nesher taxi?
Right.
Or maybe he hailed a cab. Why tell me that he what?
Harnessed his.
Why is that important for the year 2020? By the way, the Rabbi Yitzchak Ditchev said it's appropriate to say Happy New Year today.
Yes.
Talmidim said Rebbe.
Should we say Shana Tova Tika Teva?
He said to Hasidim Happy New Year. They
Why?
said Rebbe.
Why?
He said, you know why? Malam Yitzchus Am Yisrael. Today's New Year's. Look how they celebrate New Year's, the way we celebrate our Rosh Hashanah.
Lahabdil Elav Havdalas.
Malam Yitzchus Am Yisrael. Kodesh Baruch Hu, he said, focus, Kaviyachol. Happy New Year. You find a drunk Jew on Rosh Hashanah night rolling in the gutter at a wild party? Look how we celebrate our New Year compared to their New Year.
So we should go around and look for Goyim and say Happy New Year?
That's what the Rabbi Yitzchak said. He said it was Malam Yitzchus Am Yisrael.
Wow.
There's New Year's and there's New Year's.
That's it.
And Rosh Hashanah night, he went looking for drunk Jews in a bar. He couldn't find one. On Rosh Hashanah night.
Russia.
He went-
What about the New Year's night?
Tell them not to go to any of the hostels in Jerusalem.
On Rosh Hashanah night. He said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Mi Ka'amcha Yisrael.
Even there, they do it
They do it
What?
right. They
I
do it
read that a man in Muncie was asked by a reporter how, what do you think about the attack the other day?
Yeah,
They said, we have to learn to live with it.
learn to live with it.
Yes. We have to learn to live with it.
That's their philosophy.
Like,
Don't do nothing.
There is something you could, this is right after Hanukkah, after, the example of the Jews who
That's
got fed up
Hanukkah.
with the,
To learn to live with it. So Aaron, why does he tell me that he harnessed his chariot? You want to learn halacha. So Rashi says, Hu atzma oses hasusim lemerkava lezdor v'kibadav. The Torah is teaching me kibadav aim, even though you have many servants. He could have had one of the servants done it.
Right.
But in order to increase his mitzvah of kibadav, he himself harnessed the chariot.
It's like Lahabdil Elav
Lefum
Havdalas.
tsar agra.
Rabbi Sprecher, it's the same thing. Lahabdil Elav Havdalas, when Pharaoh harnessed his chariot, remember, to destroy the Jews in the
Right,
Red
his
Sea?
hatred burned in him. So in here,
It's the same type of thing. Harness the chariot.
right, so there it's teaching how much he hated the Jews.
And here it's
And here
teaching.
it's teaching how much he loved his father. So the Torah is teaching me the kibbut of aim that lefum tsara agra, according to the pain, is
Again.
the gain. So that's halacha, right? Vayera elav, Yosef nir elav. Have you seen Rashi says?
Yeah.
Yosef appeared to his father.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vayef Tatzavaravo. Loshen harbe b'chiyah. He cried very much. He cried very much.
Right.
I haven't seen him for 22 years, right?
Right.
Avol Yaakov loy nafal atzar ve'Yosef v'loy noshkai. But Yaakov didn't cry and didn't kiss him because Yaakov was busy reading the Shema. You hear what Rashi's saying? Fits in with the Daf Yomi, reading the Shema.
So who cried on whose neck?
Yosef. Yosef did all the crying and the weeping and the kissing,
Oh, and Yaakov.
but Yaakov didn't do any of that because he was occupied reading the Shema.
Shema.
Stop hearing anything. That's tonight.
Tonight and tomorrow. You have two.
At the Met Stadium, right?
Right now.
Well, that stadium is today and January.
You hear my question?
Tomorrow.
So the question is, wasn't Yosef Orthodox too also? If it's time to read the Shema, why didn't Yosef also read the Shema?
Okay, yeah, good question.
Good question.
Telecast, right?
And listen, you're expecting your son for a visit after 22 years. Why can't you read the Shema before? Yaakov, why do you have to read the Shema dafka when your son is coming?
Yeah.
You got a telegram or WhatsApp, your son is coming to visit you.
Because it was
So why couldn't he read the Shema before?
Right.
He wanted to channel that connection
Oh.
to God.
So Maral answered what Yehuda said. When he laid eyes on Yosef, he had such a tremendous amount of love well up in him. He knew, I would never love this way again. He said, that love that I feel for my son, I'm going to channel it.
She just died. Isn't the one saying, I'll never love this way again?
Who was the name? Dion Warwick just died?
Yeah, no, yes, she did. But he He's not
He's
Jewish.
not.
They say he's not, but they claim he's Jewish because he's so rich and like a Jew.
Who? Yeah.
He probably hasn't got a
What religion is he? What is he? Irish Catholic?
You want to learn, right?
Yeah, right.
Halachas. When you get to Olam Haba, without going to Gehenna.
Right.
Right? So, Maral says it wasn't time to read the Shema. Because otherwise Yosef would read the Shema. But he did it anyway because he felt such a tremendous amount of love that he wanted to channel that love to
Right.
Kodesh Baruch Hu. After Hashem Elokecha, b'chol levavcha, b'chol nafshecha, he knew he never loved that way again, and therefore he cried out, Shema Yisrael, after Hashem Elokecha, b'chol levavcha. And that's why he read the Shema. Yeah? Now look what he says when he sees Yosef's face. So Yoim Yisrael o Yosef, see Lamed, 144, O Musa Pam, I will die only once. What does that
He's
mean?
not going to die in
O Musa Pam, I will die once.
He won't be punished in heaven.
Now that I see your face, that you're still alive. So what does that mean?
Shomer mitzvahs.
Doesn't everybody die only once?
He
What?
will be punished in hell.
Remember you used to have the bus tickets, you said, Pam, Pamayim, punch a ticket, Pam, Pamayim. What does Pam mean? Once.
We're on verse Lamed now?
Yeah, Lamed. Remember the punch tickets now on the bus?
Yeah.
Pam, Pamayim.
Yeah, I remember those punch tickets.
Pam. What does Pam mean? Once. So
yeah.
now he says, I only die once. So Rashi wonders, doesn't everybody only die once? What do you mean now only die once? As opposed to what?
Not in the Olam Haba,
Oh.
because he's Shomer mitzvahs.
So Rashi says, so if you look at Rashi Lamed,
Rashi Lamed.
yeah. What do you mean a Musa Pam? Doesn't everybody only die once?
Yeah.
Oh.
Prosciutto.
Shuta ketargumoi. So first Rashi brings the simple explanation. Ki omar gam im amos aniach ve'eshkot acharei penecha v'loi ki bikesh lamut. Now I can die peacefully. That's simple
She's
explanation.
not dead yet, that word. She's 79.
Uh-huh. But Rashi brings the Medrash. You see, Medrash Tanchuma, Pa means once. Savra yiti lamut shtei. I thought I'll have to die 2 deaths. Olam hazeh and olam haba. Shenistalka menu shchina. Because God took the shchina away from me. Vayiti oimesh she's be'ein HaKadosh Baruch Hu, God will hold me accountable for your death. He thought he was dead. Achshav she'otcha chai. Now that what? That I see that you're alive, I only die once in the physical world. And I will not die in Olam Haba, which he thought he might be because he felt responsible for sending Yosef to his death, which he thought.
Well, he did send him to his death, didn't he? Shouldn't he? Wasn't he responsible?
So that's why
said?
when.
He
Who's
did
that?
actually die. But he sent him up to the brothers, and the brothers killed him. He came back. They came back with the coat. He'd send them up there. He didn't know that the brothers had done it. But when he sent him up there, he was live. He'd come back with a torn coat. So he felt that he sent him to his death.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right?
So Yaakov thought that he sent Yosef to his death.
And therefore he would die in Olam Haba as well. But now that you're alive, I'll die only once.
Okay.
I don't think it's the reason, Rabbi.
That's what Rashi says.
The reason is he taught him
Yeah.
Arufa.
Yeah.
He saw that he remembered all what he studied.
Okay, but this is also what Rashi says, yeah? Okay.
He sent him the chariot.
Yeah.
In order to show him.
To show him that he didn't forget his learning.
Evigaluku, that there was the wagons that he was doing.
Egla Rufa, right? Egla Rufa. Yeah.
That's when he went back to the So that's because, and the granddaughter had to say, "Oh, he's still alive. Yosef is still alive."
It's amazing Rashi over here. Rashi quotes the Gemara Nida that we just finished the tractate.
You don't finish it until Saturday.
Yeah, page 143.
They're premature with their
Page
Stephen
143.
but they have the day off.
143.
Yeah.
Pasuk.
Look
They
at
pick it-
Pasuk Yud.
January
It
1st,
gives the
every
family
Saturday
tree
off.
of all the Jews that went down with Yaakov, right? It gives the Pasuk Yud. The Bnei Shimon. Who is the Bnei Shimon? Yemuel, v'Yomin, v'Ohad, v'Yochim, v'Tzocha, v'Shol ben Aknanit. Who is Shaul, the son of the Canaanite woman? Who is that?
You only live twice.
You only live twice. Who is Ben Aknanis, Avram? See Shaul Ben Aknanis? Footnote Yud?
Yeah.
The one who cursed. The one who cursed.
No, Rashi says Ben Dina. This is the son of Dina Shenival al-Knani. You hear this? Dina had a son with Shem. Did you know that?
Dina had a son with Shem.
Ben Dina Shenival al-Knani.
She married.
This is the son of Dina who was raped by the Knani, and they had a son.
I thought they had a daughter, and it was also.
Well, it looks like they had twins. Kishahargot Shem, when Shimon and Levi killed out Shem, Lahoysa Dina Ratza Latzei. Dina was ashamed; she didn't want to leave. She was pregnant. After Nishbala Shimon, and Shimon swore to her that he would take care of her and her unborn children, son.
According to Rabbi Jacobson,
Yeah.
she was really in love with Shem.
Yeah. She didn't want to leave. Loisa Dina Ratza Latzet At
She didn't
Shenishbala.
want to break off with Shem?
She didn't want to leave. I don't know.
Really?
And Netzutza of the Neshama of them was reincarnated.
Oh, whoa. Say that again slowly. What?
Netzutza.
What's that mean?
Netzutzot. How do you
Nitzot.
Sparks?
Spark.
Sparks of
Nitzot.
Neshama
Of her neshama?
of the sons, son and daughter
Yeah,
of Shem and Dinah
yeah.
was reincarnated
To
first in Zimri and Cosby.
yeah. What did they do, Zimri and Cosby?
That was the one that had sex out in public for everybody to watch.
No.
And then
Yeah,
another spark,
yeah.
Rabbi Akiva,
Are you serious?
who married the daughter, no, the wife of Titus.
Nobody ever came back.
Rabbi Akiva married the wife of Titus.
No, not of Titus, of Turnus Rufus.
Well, that was his second marriage. Or
Yes.
something?
Yeah, after Rachel died.
You know,
He married
she gave
the
40
wife
years of
of-
his best life.
Was a
She died.
Roman.
Well, you know, he wasn't around.
Wait. She did it. She.
She was a beauty. They met first, and he first laughed, and then first
He laughed and he spit.
laughed,
Yeah.
spit.
Yeah.
Then she converted afterwards.
Yes.
She didn't convert before he met.
No, afterwards, after her husband died.
Wow, that is a
She
wild
converted,
story.
and
I
he-
never heard that one.
And he married
It's in the
her.
Gemara.
And he married. Did they have children?
I don't know about that. That doesn't say.
This we don't know.
So hold it. So you're saying what Shimon and Levi did when they killed all those people was basically an honor killing, right? Like what the Arabs Lahab deal do, right?
Ramos said the Chai Misa because they didn't put the gangsters on trial.
Rambam
Who
says
says?
that Shimon and Levi are
Chayav
Chayav Misa.
The Rambam said the whole city was Chai Misa because they didn't do
They didn't turn
dinim.
them over.
They didn't do dinim, so they're all
But
city of Chai
they,
Misa.
they did not go through Sanhedrin.
There is no sin. How can they go to
Okay,
anybody?
a
How can
judgment. They didn't make a judgment.
They're not.
By Goy, there's no judgment.
They're not.
No?
Could you take the train from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv?
Yeah, it works.
I took it.
Why'd you bring that
You
up?
can't take it, you have to wait.
32 minutes.
What are you
They
doing?
can do
32 minutes?
Yeah.
Is it in the same station or it's another station?
No, the same station.
Can we
Here
learn
in
a little bit?
Jerusalem.
Rabbi, you want to know halachas? You want to get to
Yeah, yeah.
Olam without going to...
Why'd you bring this up now?
Oh, because the rabbis say you should take it. I just wanted to learn.
Of course,
The rabbi say you should take the train.
I take it all the
Why?
time. It's ridiculous.
He said that it's not Jewish enough. I don't
Which
understand.
rabbi is this?
The train is not Jewish enough.
It needs bris. No, I'm kidding. No, he really said, the rabbi knows about it. He said that
You want to
they were-
learn a lot.
Right, we're working on Shabbos.
The Debar to Bum, right?
No,
No,
this is
but
a halachic
They don't
issue.
work anymore.
If you're working
Anyway,
on Shabbos, you have to wait a certain amount of
finished.
time. If people work on Shabbos, you just have to wait you got to wait a month or two. That's all.
Let's learn halachas, right?
Right.
So Rashi quotes the Gemara in Nida, incredible Gemara in Nida. Look at page 143, Pasuk Tezvav.
143 Tezvav.
It mentions the list of the people that came down in Mitzrayim. Ela ben Eleah, Asher Yoldel Yaakov Padnan Aram, Besbedina Bitoy, Kol Nefesh
Is that here
Bana.
now, or is it in Vayigash, or it's in
Yigash, page 143 of Yigash. So it's the list of the people that came down with Yaakov, right? Ela ben Eleah, Asher Yoldel Yaakov Padnan Aram, Besbedina Bitoy, Kol Nefesh Bana Benoisav Shloisha V'Shalosh. Right? So Rashi quotes the Gemara in Nida 31. It says, Ela b'nei Leah, Vesdina Bitoy. These are the sons of Leah, So the sons go after Leah, and the daughter goes after what? Bitoi, his daughter. Why does the Torah change the? What's Rashi saying? Look, Ela b'nei Leah v'zdina Bitoi.
These are the sons of Leah, which were born to Yaakov.
Yeah, so the sons are called after Leah, and the daughter is called after Yaakov, Dina Bito. Why does the Torah switch like that? See that? So Rashi quotes the Gemara in Nida. Look at Rashi Tezvav. You with me? Just say when. Rashi Tezvav.
I'm just looking. And Dina, his daughter, and every soul of his sons, Ubenotav, and his daughter.
33. But why, when it comes to the sons, it follows Leah. When it comes to the daughter, it goes after Yaakov. That's what's bothering Rashi. So Rashi says, Hascharim tola b'Leah, the male children, they are dependent on Leah, right? And the Kevois and the girl child, Dina, is tola b'Yaakov. Why? Hear this? Lamdecha, to teach you. Isha mazaras tchila yoleda zachar. Isn't that amazing? The Torah is giving you a formula. If you want male children, allow your wife to climax before you do when you're having sexual relations.
However, that's easier said than done.
Isha mazaras tchila yoleda zachar.
Right in the Rashi.
If you're patient and you hold yourself back and you allow your wife to climax first, then you're going to have a baby boy. Ish mazriat chila, but if the man climaxes first, you'll let us nekeva, then the baby will be what?
No, they
Also,
say this. They
as your
say
rabbi
this.
said, it's also
They
going to
say
be a
this in
girl.
modern medicine. They talk about it.
Isn't it amazing how everything
makes
is...
sense
They're
because
studying it
because the
of
man is over. Understand? It means the man is goiver.
So everything is in the Torah, Avram. You don't need Masters and Johnson's Labdil.
No, I mean that's
Right?
logical. The man is goiver on it.
It's everything
He's
in...
the main. I don't know. He's the
It's
antagonist.
because of the chemical makeup, the pH.
He's in charge.
It's the chemical reaction in the woman depends what happens. If she
Neither page 31 that Rashi's quoting.
etc. If that's why it's in there, because if she gets through Kalama's first a different pH in the womb, then if it's
Chemical reaction.
Didn't the Beatles thing come together?
well, that's the best way.
Right? And then what happens? Then you have twins. What? Male and female?
Very hard to twins, and that we didn't read it. I never read that. Never read that they became twins, but I never read it.
This Parsha is always read around Hanukkah time. Where's a reference to Hanukkah Avram in the Parsha?
Vayigash.
Yeah. It's a game. Where's a reference to Hanukkah? We're still in Hanukkah week. You know, Avram was still in Hanukkah week. So there got to be a reference to Hanukkah somewhere in the Parsha, right? Give up?
Here's the line of Paul's reading nation.
The what one?
Verse 12. Look at Yud Bet.
Yeah, what does it say? You bet.
Judah's sons, Bnei Yehuda, Ir Ve'onon,
Right.
Shalev V'Paretz V'Sara, V'Yamot, Ir Ve'Adon Ve'eretz Canaan, V'Hayu, they were Bnei
They
Eretz-
became this
they became.
reincarnation. They became, right?
Remember that from 30 years ago. That's the most important line.
They became,
V'Hayu,
right?
They were, and even he says it in English, but were, parents sons were parents.
No, actually, the reference is in Vaychi, the Hanukkah. Page 159.
That's only another week away.
Only a week
What
away.
is it?
Stretch of it.
What is it?
Page 159.
What's
Pasuk Chav Aleph.
wait, and what chapter?
159 Chaf Aleph?
Yeah, the father is dead, and now the brothers are nervous that Yosef will take revenge, right? 159.
This is the hint to Hanukkah or something?
1 minute.
He's going to say.
1 minute. Don't rush me. 159. Pasuk Chav Aleph.
Copycat.
Right?
The guy up and come out of the show.
So the brothers are nervous, so he says to them, Chav Aleph. You with me, Avram? Chav
Yeah,
Aleph?
Chaf Aleph, yeah.
But Ata now, even though Papa's dead, Al Tiro, don't be afraid. Anochi akalti aleschem, I will support you. Vestapchem and your kids. Vayinachem also, he comforted them. Vayidaber el libam, and he spoke on their heart. to calm them down. They shouldn't be nervous that he's going to take revenge that Papa's dead. Look at Rashi, Veidaber al libam, left column.
Yeah.
How did he speak to their heart? Devoram eskabel malev. He spoke to them words that entered the heart. Ad shelo yiradetem lakan. Before you guys came down to Cairo, hoyim aranim alai. People will talk behind my back that the viceroy of Egypt is really what? An Eved. Wasn't he an Eved to Potiphar? Val yetchem noda. And when you guys came, the Egyptian Times had an oratorial. Shani ben Chayrin. I come from Canaan. I'm a free man. I'm not a slave. Bani aregeschem. You think I'm going to kill you now? Ma brios amrois. What will people say? Kat shel bachurim ra. A group of bachurim he saw. V'nishtabach behen. V'amach achayhem. And he says, these are my brothers. So l'sof haragosam. Yesh lecha ach shoriget achim. I can't kill you guys. You are my meal ticket to prove my pedigree. You hear what he said to them? If I kill you, people think you're really not my brothers. I really am a slave. I got to keep you guys around to prove that I am really a free man. Dover Acher. Now we get to Chanukah from Dover Acher. No, you want to the Chanukah. Dover Acher. No, I'll wait. No?
Who's Dover?
Rashi, Dover Acher.
I'm a free man. So if I kill you, ma, a breed of umrot, what would people say?
Right. Katshal Bachurim Ra, you saw a group of young men, Nishtabach Behen, and he began praising them. I
didn't see the Dover Acher in there.
Dover Acher is after that.
They're my brothers.
L'psav Horagoto. Yesh lecha ach shoriget echav. Dover Acher, another reason what he said to them to calm them down. Avram Chanukah, no?
10 candles could not extinguish.
Asara nerot lo yichlu l'haba ner echad. You 10 brothers, you 10 candles tried to distinguish me, one candle. And you couldn't do it, so I can extinguish you 10 candles?
That doesn't make sense because he could easily have extinguished
Asara nerot. So why nerot over here? Okay?
Asara
nerot. Okay, but it's candles. Lo yochel chabas ner echad. I think the Baal Turim says this is a reference to Chanukah. Ki shnei moshe shvatim kineged shnei moshe kachamim. So he calmed them down. They shouldn't be nervous, right?
33 above, 30.3 above. There's a similar explanation for praise. Maybe that's where he explains it. 33 above, Rashi gives a similar explanation for his praise. The brothers thought, the brothers told Joseph because they thought that he was unfit to be part of a holy nation. They thought he was like Esau, who lost the potential for sanctity he inherited from Isaac. Joseph here told them he did not succeed because he's a candle, the indistinguishable source of spiritual light. By the same token, they needed for him, for they too are candles and as such essential components of the Jewish people.
Okay, another halach, Harvey. We don't know halachas every day.
Yeah.
I tell you.
So what's the halach we learned?
We learned a lot. Now we learn another one. Page 142, we learned Kibbud Av, from Agra.
Yeah, what's the next one?
And here we're learning another one over here.
Which one is this?
Page 142.
Which halach is this now?
1 minute. Page 142. Pasuk Chav Daled. Vayishalach es Echov.
142 Chav Daled.
He sent his brothers away to fetch the father, right? Vayelech, when they went, Vayomer aleim al tigus baderech, and he told them, do not linger on the road. How do they translate that in English? Perashah 45:24.
45:24.
In the year 45:24.
Don't malinger.
Don't belinger. Don't linger on the road. What does that mean? Don't linger on the road.
Don't become agitated on the way.
Don't become agitated on the road. On the road again. Agitated on the road. But look at Rashi. Rashi says no. Al tisasku dvar halacha. When you're riding in a car and you don't know which exit to take, don't get too involved in halacha. You can speak light agada, but don't become involved in halacha because you might take the wrong exit and wind up in Ramallah. So this is halacha. Al tasasku b'dvar halacha.
Some people that go into Gaza.
You see that? You might make the wrong turn.
Avram, here you go. Specifically halakha. You want a halakha?
Yeah, here's what's halakha.
Tana 10b. Joseph wanted his brothers to return to his father as quickly as possible. He told them not to become involved in a matter of halakhic law, lest to delay them, and thus the trip might agitate them, for it would be longer than they intended. They didn't want to get into a fight about what the halakha was.
Just go back there and get everything up.
Right. So just speak divrei Torah, but not halacha. Look at
Talk about the train.
Look at footnote tzadi. No, speak about halacha, not halacha. but-
Why no halacha?
Look at footnote tzadi. Read tzadi, Avram. Footnote tzadi.
I hosted a,
Yeah, I want to say I'm trying
Footnote
to
tzadi.
Oh, here. Hey, Rush. Ain.
Im atem oskim b'dvar halacha. You're on the road. You don't know what exit to take.
Surichin.
Shrichim atem la'ayin bo yoter. Vein datchem al haderech. When you get involved in a halachic debate, you lose your. You don't have vays with you. Metoch kach toa eschem baderech. You get. Amen. You get fablunged. So this is a halacha when you're traveling on the road.
Yeah.
And you don't know exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
Don't speak intricate halachic matters.
Right.
Because you might take a wrong turn and wind up in, in Shuafat.
Right. Oh boy.
Right?
I don't know.
Whoa. No, thanks. Should pass it around. You want to
Well,
pass it?
one, so
That's also halacha.
In occasion of what?
my daughter has a for
Fuh Shalema. Fuh
You
Shalema.
want some? Anyone want?
What is it?
It's not good if you're on a diet.
It's not good for a diet. Chocolate
It's
breakers?
the pastry.
It's very good who said, for who sends them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's good
Well,
getting a bracha without having to eat anything.
You should be Matzliach and Rufus and Gosh.
Amen.
Ken Lamont, Ken, you said all the brachas for this year and for continuing
Amen.
to grow in the
Amen.
Torah Moses Hashem.
Amen.
Amen.
Another halacha.
Give
Rabbi.
it a jump.
There's so many
No,
halachas.
you're right. I know
There's
you're
so
right.
many
You are right.
halachas here. Aaron, you want some halachas?
Yeah, hi.
That's another halacha. Page 143.
Give me a blessing, I should be Matzliach.
143 pasuk aleph. 143 pasuk aleph.
Yeah.
So many halachas. Vayisa Yisrael v'chol asher lo. He is called Yisrael. He's not called Yaakov. Why is he not called Yaakov? Why is he called Yisrael over here? Because here he's not just going as an individual. He's going to be the founder of Am Yisrael. Am Yisrael was born and created where? In Cairo. So Vayisa Yisrael. He's not just going as an individual. He's going as the founding father nation of Israel, which was only founded where? In Egypt. So that's what Vayisa Yisrael. V'chol asher lo vayavai be'ereshava v'yizbach zvachim l'lehei aviv Yitzchak. He offered sacrifices to the God of his father Yitzchak. You see that?
This is still in Israel.
This is Beersheba. He's on his way to Cairo.
So when you go for a trip,
Yeah.
you say Tfilat Haderech.
That's Tfilas Haderech, right? So he went, he was mispalel to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he offered karbanot to the father, to Yitzchak, to the God of his father Yitzchak,
So
right?
So what's the halacha we learn from this?
1 minute. Look at Rashi. So the Gemara, the Ramon Yeridea asked the Kasha, how come not to his father Abraham? Why dafka to his father Yitzchak? Look at Rashi for halacha.
Rashi Aleph.
Aleph, 143, Rashi Aleph, Lekei of Yitzchak. What's bothering Rashi, Avram?
Yitzchak.
Why not say
Chayev,
Yitzchak?
Chayev.
What's bothering Rashi?
Why didn't he do it for Abraham also?
Right, so Rashi answers.
Chayev Adam bichvod aviv yoter mibichvod zikano. Lefi kach chala b'Yitzchak v'lo b'Avraham.
See what's going on over here? Halacha. You see, what's bothering Rashi should have said to the God of his fathers.
Yeah.
So the Torah is teaching halacha that a person is obligated to give honor to his father more than his grandfather. Therefore, he mentions Yitzchak and doesn't mention what? Abraham. And the Ramah and Shulchan Aruch codifies this. Amazing.
Wow.
A person is obligated to honor his father more than his grandfather, even though you have to honor your grandfather also.
Mm-hmm.
But the honor to your father is greater. So the Ramah Paskins, you have to honor your grandfather also. Want to learn halachas. Shechayiv adam gam b'chvoid avi aviv. Aval b'chvoid aviv chayiv yoter. But the covet for his father is stronger and greater than what? Grandfather. Therefore, he mentions only Yitzchak and not his grandfather. Versteh?
If a father can have a ben yakir,
Yeah.
can a ben have a parent yakir?
What do you mean? Every parent should be there, no?
So when you go to the kever of your parents
Yeah.
and you feel something more for one of the two, let's say the mother,
Yeah.
can you go first to the mother and then to the father?
They're not in the grave.
No, I'm speaking in
No.
general. Because I asked once to somebody
Yeah.
and he told me, first your father, then your mother. But if you feel more,
Yeah. B'nei bonim kibonim, right? B'nei bonim kibonim. How do we know b'nei bonim kibonim, Avram? How do we know b'nei bonim kibonim?
Where are we at now? Which verse?
Now I'm asking you. So you have to honor your father more.
Because of this we just did.
Yeah, but you still, the Ramah says you still have to what? Honor your grandfather also, your grandparents also. Chayv adam gam b'chvoid avi aviv. Where is he coming from? Yeah. There's actually a pasuk in the Torah. Take a look. The pasuk in the Torah. Look at Perashah Vayetze. Wasn't that long ago, was it?
It was a long time ago.
Long time ago. Perashah Vayetze. From top of the page on 86. You with me?
86.
It actually begins on 85, pasuk Yud Gimel. What kind of sandwiches are those?
אני השם אלוהי אברהם, אבי יצחק.
What?
What type of sandwiches are there?
It's hard to say, but I think it's a chicken sandwich.
Chicken?
I think so.
Okay, let's take a look. You want to read pasuk Yud Gimel?
ויאמר אני אדוני אלוהי אברהם,
Don't get
אביך,
the impression like
ולא יצחק,
Schnitzel.
הארץ אשר אתה יושב, שוכן עליה, אחת ממנו זה לך.
illusion that it's actual stuff.
Officially it doesn't say father.
It said like Avram Avicha.
Sort of like if McDonald's was cooking for the army and they were going out.
So here, Avram, there's a pasuk that he was his grandfather, and yet God called him out Avicha. See that? There's an open pasuk that a grandfather is called a father. Right? Yeah?
I don't see the hex shown.
Well, look, you gotta have the extra on it.
Is the hex shown?
Sure is extra.
Where? Where? It's neat, Rabbi Sprecher.
Yeah, okay. It's from the army, I think.
Yeah. Oh, kosher, hashgacha, rabbanut, Tel Aviv.
Not everybody's eating this.
Okay.
McDonald's is like mine.
It's kosher, it's kosher.
Think of it that way.
Ask
No.
the Satmar guy here, very eating.
No, please. What was the last halacha you learned, Rabbi Sprecher?
Mostly not. It's like rogue.
That you have to honor your grandfather too, but the honor you owe your father is greater.
Okay, great.
But you still have to honor your grandfather as well.
Okay,
Okay?
sounds
So we learned that, right? Mm-hmm.
All right, things are definitely looking up.
So Bono, B'nei Bonim, Bonim. Look how sensitive. Eben Ezer points out something incredible. We're in the halachas, right? There, Echeretz Kadmal Torah, right? Look at the list over here. The list of the kids that came down, right? See the list?
It's in Vayigash.
On page 143, no?
Yes.
143.
Yeah.
ואלה שמות בני ישראל הבאים מצרימה.
Right. Page 144.
144.
Look at Pasuk Chav Gimel. It's the shortest Pasuk in the Torah.
Whoa.
144 Chav Gimel.
That's
This
the
is
shortest.
the shortest Pasuk in the Torah.
Wow. What's the longest one?
The longest one is in Pasuk Ha'aloischa, where it mentions Yisrael 5 times. But this is the shortest Pasuk in the Torah. No?
It's in Bereshit.
Want to read it or you don't?
Yeah. Uvenei Dan Chushim.
Right.
What's that mean?
You know Hebrew better than me. What are you asking?
yeah,
me?
right.
Come on.
46. It's in 46, 23.
Yeah.
And the sons of Dan, they're Chushim.
That was the guy's name.
One
Is that grammatically correct?
No.
Ask Ulpan 103. Should have said a ben dan chushim.
Yeah,
Should have said a ben dan chushim.
but he's talking about one person.
Right. He only had one son. So why do you say b'nei dan?
Because spiritually he had a lot of sons.
What? But Eben Ezra says sensitivity. By everyone else it was b'nei, 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 b'nei. So the Torah didn't want to highlight he only had one, so you shouldn't feel bad. It writes b'nei by him anyway, even though he only had one.
And he was deaf.
The Torah is teaching sensitivity over here. Chushim was deaf and dumb. B'nei dan chushim.
Yes?
He was deaf and
He
dumb.
was the one that
And that
knocked
was his
off
only son?
His only son.
Knocked the Esau's head.
B'nei dan
You
chushim.
know how to kill Esau.
Yeah, that's right.
The shortest pasuk in the Torah.
That's right.
Yeah, what's the significance of it?
Of what?
This pasuk that's so short, and what's it mean?
Why? To teach sensitivity. That all the other brothers had b'nei, 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 and he had one son who was sick. So, not to highlight this. So the Torah writes b'nei anyway.
Why should we know the words dam and...
It doesn't say it there. It says in the middle.
The
Yeah,
Talmud
so-
says that he was deaf and dumb.
Trust me, I've heard it many, many times.
What?
More times than I want to-
So why tell me that, right?
Right.
Why tell me that? So the answer to that question is found
did Hushim
in
have any children? Did his
1 minute. So this is
Lots of children.
so
He
take
had
a
a lot of
look.
children?
Take a look. Take a look.
He knew his way to the dark.
Take a look.
That much he knew.
But he had a lot of
Look at
Hushim
page
had a lot of children, right?
416.
Wow.
You never know God's plan. Take a
Right.
look.
I know
Page
someone like that.
Page 416. Incredible. Here the Torah gives the census of the Jews that left Egypt.
And his children were healthy, right?
Correct them undone.
Take a look. 416. The others are listed in order of their birth. When it comes to Benjamin and Dan, they're put next to each other.
416.
But Benjamin was the youngest and Dan was one of the older kids. Why they're put together? Page 416 says B'nai Benjamin. You see that? B'nai Benjamin. Lamed Vav on the bottom, 416. Why put Benjamin next to Dan? The other brothers are written according to their birth. Here, Benjamin was the youngest and Dan was one of the oldest. Why did Torah put them what next door, Avram? You hear the question I'm asking?
Once again, we're on Lamed Vav, I see that.
Yeah, now B'nai Benjamin.
Yeah.
How many Benjamin have? Pasuk Lamed Zayin, how many? Pasuk Lamed Zayin tells you how many Benjamin had in the tribe, no?
Lamed Zayin, 1 second.
Kudei and Lamate Benjamin.
Kudeihem, Lamate Benjamin.
Chamisha Shloshim Elef. 35,000. Right?
Yeah.
Benjamin came down to Egypt with 10 sons, and 210 years later, they became how many? 35,000, right?
Right.
Chamisha Shloshim Elef, right? You listening to me?
Yeah, that's the total census of the tribe, or just the
Of Benjamin.
Okay.
After 210 years, the
yeah,
10
children.
sons
Yeah.
became 35,000.
Yeah, and how
Done.
Yeah, and what did
Look at done.
where's Don listed?
Lametes. Last voice.
Pukudeyem
Pukudeyem lamate dan.
Shnayim v'shishim 62,000.
So look what the Torah is saying. You never
From
know.
one unhealthy.
From 10 healthy kids, 210 years later, you get 35,000 grandchildren.
Yeah.
Dunn was sick,
Yeah.
and he didn't have 35,000 grandchildren. He had how many?
65.
62,000.
I know someone like that.
Shishim v'shnayim elef. 62,000.
Wow.
You never know.
You never know. And therefore the Torah puts them next door, even though their age difference is
Right.
great. What's the Torah telling you?
Right. You never know.
There's a plan. There's a plan.
There's a plan.
There's a plan.
I know someone who he had 3 children, right? 2 of them were healthy, and one had cerebral palsy. The 2 healthy ones, the cerebral palsy, multiple children, grandchildren.
Yes, but this doesn't answer why.
Done.
This
Maybe
doesn't-
comes from Shevet Dan.
And and their descendants are healthy. It's like,
Could be from Shevet Dan.
This doesn't explain why they tell us they were damned and.
To magnify the miracle. Even though he was sick,
The miracle is one.
the miracle is
1
that
in
the
67.
son that he had wasn't even healthy. So it magnifies the miracle.
yeah, unbelievable.
He didn't have time
A
to
sick child,
study.
62,000.
else.
Lamate dan shnayim v'shishim elef. From one sick child. And Benji had 10
He
healthy.
didn't have much else to do.
Shnayim v'shishim elef. 62,000. Can you imagine that? Maybe that's why it says B'nai Dan. Because the Torah is anticipating. Anticipation.
Maybe that's it.
The Torah is anticipating. 210 years later.
Yeah, it would have
Right? If you're one of the largest tribes, if not the largest.
unbelievable.
A one sick child. So you never know the whole story,
know.
right? You
One never knows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Never knows.
B'nai Leah, boy, you say it?
All right, it's looking up. Things are definitely looking up.
So who are the daughters that came down with him? Page 143, Zion, Avram. See Zion?
143 Zion.
Banav, B'nai Banav, U'B'naisav. Who are the daughters? See, Pasuk Zion says his sons, his grandchildren, and his daughters.
143 Zion, yeah.
See, it says B'naisav, right? Who are B'naisav, says Rashi. Go ahead. Zion, F column. No, who are the daughters?
Banav, U'Bnei Banav, Ito, Benotav, U'Benot Banav, B'chol, Zaro, Hevi, Ito, Mitzrayimah.
So who are the daughters that he had? Look at Rashi Zion. Go ahead.
Rashi, Zion.
Left column on top. Who are the daughters?
Benot, U'Banav. Sarah, Bat Asher, Yocheved, Bat Levi.
Even though she's not on the list, because she was born as they entered Egypt, right? She's the 70th one.
Who?
Yocheved.
At the end of Egypt.
There's 69 here.
Okay.
She was born Bein HaChomot
Between the walls.
as they entered the passport control in Cairo airport. Yocheved. Now Rashi wonders, what about all the twin daughters that he had? Didn't he have twin daughters that was born with each brother?
Niftaru.
So how come they're not on the list?
Died.
So Rashi said never, they all died. Incredible Rashi, Avram. Page 144, I'll wait.
144.
Yeah, Rashi,
Pasuk.
right column, no, it's in the middle. Right column, 4 lines up from the bottom. Right column. Cease to omot.
Cease to omot.
No, it says to omot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lines up from the bottom of the right
Oh,
column.
Tomot.
of
Yeah, I
Rashi.
see that. Tomot, to omot.
No,
do. Im shechvatim.
Comma. Each brother was born with a female twin. So what's bothering Rashi?
Where are they?
Where are they? No, read.
Srichim anu lomar.
We are forced to say,
Uh-oh, I don't say it.
we are forced to say,
Yeah, not good.
Shemetu lifnei Yodasel Mitzrayim.
Excuse me, Rabbi.
Sherei lo nimnu kan, because they're what? They're not listed here. They're not listed. So we have to say that Yaakov buried, what, 11 daughters or 12?
Whoa.
Did you know that?
No.
Yaakov buried 11, you didn't know, you see?
How come it doesn't list that in his source, in all his problems? You never really hear see that in the
What?
list. You never see that in the list anywhere, right?
He buried 11 daughters, or 12.
You see other things that he went through all his stories. How come he never mentioned that?
I don't know. Pretty incredible, huh?
Even worse than
Job. Job buried, what, 7? Job buried 7. Rabbi Yochanan buried 10 sons. Rabbi Yochanan, Yamora.
Rabbi,
Yeah.
we said one interpretation is that God was the 70th.
Right, that's one interpretation of Hashem, because God said, I'm going down with
In
you.
the other interpretation,
Yeah.
I'm asking, only Yocheved or also Sarah were counted?
Sarah is counted here. Sarah is
So there
counted.
is something wrong.
Why is something wrong?
Because if 2 are missing,
No,
Look
only
at
one
that.
is missing.
Look
Sarah,
at that.
then
Look
you
at
only
that
one is
scroll.
left.
That's
which one
all.
is missing?
That's the whole thing.
69 are listed. Sarah is one of the 69 that's listed.
Sarah and Yocheved.
Cheved is not listed. So who's the 70th?
Sarah's yes.
Sarah is listed,
And
right?
Yocheved not.
No.
Okay.
So Chazal say Yocheved was born Bein HaChomot. She's number 70. And others say Kaviyochel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because he says that God said, I will go down with you, right? Yeah. It says Kol HaNefesh. How come it says Nefesh, Avram? You look at 144 Chavav. It should say the Foshot.
144 Chavav.
Chavav. Kol HaNefesh Abol Yaakov.
Here's the whole chart.
Yeah. Kol HaNefesh Abol Yaakov.
Am Yisrael is Nefesh Echad.
Oh, that's what Rashi says. Good. But it says Kol HaNefesh. Rashi said, could have said Kol HaNefesh. Rashi took upon 103. See that?
I'm only 101.
101. See, Kol HaNefesh. Should have said Kol HaNefoshot, because they're 70. So how come it says Avram Kol HaNefesh, Chavav? See, 144 Chavav?
Yeah.
Should have said Kol HaNefoshot. Rashi knows his Hebrew. So why is it written
Yeah, every singular.
singular instead of Foshit?
Yes, what's the answer?
And by Esav, it says Nafshois Beisha, by Esav. There it says Nafshot. When he gives Esav's list, it says Nafshot.
Yeah.
So it should have said Nafshot here too, right?
Right.
We're all of one spirit.
Very good. So Rashi says, look at Rashi. Rashi, the left column on top on 144. The Fishoy of the Luz Harbe. Because Esav's kids worshipped many Getchkis. So therefore it's Nafshot. Each guy had his own Getchke. Yaakov Shimon Hoyalo. Yaakov had 70 descendants, the Korah Isa Nefesh, the Fishoy of the El Echad. Since we all worship the same God, the one and only God, we're all called, we're all connected. Therefore it says Nefesh, as opposed by Esav it says Nafshot. You with me on this or not?
Yeah.
There's also machlokus because it shows Lena coming down here. If Asnat was already there.
No, Asnaf wasn't
Right,
there.
Asnaf.
Asnaf came down with the
Earlier.
family, right?
No, she came earlier and married.
Oh, where was Asnaf? Was she a what?
They said it down earlier. They said she had a son. She had a son too. They're twins.
Well, according to Rashi, Shol ben Aknanit, that Dinah gave birth to this guy called Shol, and Shimon adopted him into his family. That's what Rashi says. Rashi Yud 143.
Sure.
Ben Aknanis, Ben Dinah, Shenivala Laknanis.
6, because she wouldn't leave.
She wouldn't leave unless he
promised.
promised that
Why
he
did-
would adopt the kid.
Why does he have
was
to?
ashamed,
Why
man.
does he have to be a twin? Why can't she have had a child with him afterwards?
With whom?
She had with.
How long was she by Shechem?
With Shmin. She was by Shem. She had a daughter, pregnant, and then she married Shimon, and she had
You can't
a son.
marry Shimon, you can't marry your own brother. This was the only it took care of her. Even a goy can't marry.
But she
This
was.
was Ben Dinah.
Unless you're from West Virginia.
Sheniva Laknani, not from Shimon. This was the child of Dinah with the Kanani. Ben Dinah Sheniva Laknani.
Right, so they're twins. So there's a twin.
So the Mizrahi wonders on Rashi. Even a goy can't marry his own sister from the same mother, and wasn't Shimon and Dinah from the same mother. Avram's against the Noachide code.
Yeah, so.
Mizrahi struggles with Rashi. So he says what Rashi means is it was a platonic relationship.
Oh.
He took care of her. He took responsibility for her and her children or her child.
They never got married.
What about what's the problem with a brother sister? You can have yichud with a brother sister.
It's before King
So
Solomon.
it's
You don't
not
have yichud.
platonic
There's no yichud problem before King
No, they couldn't be intimate because even a goy,
Yes,
they
it's
married their
it's
half sister.
it's
But
understand.
Shimon and Dina
Yes, I
were from the same
understand.
mother. Even a goy can't do that.
I would like to know what would have said.
So, but didn't they say they never had a
He was
child?
against adoption.
Cool.
They weren't
Shimon
intimate.
and Dina?
They weren't intimate, so they wouldn't have had a child.
Shimon and Dina. A goy cannot marry. It's actually a pasuk in the Torah, Avram. It's actually a pasuk in the Torah. You know that?
Didn't say that Shimon and Dina had a child?
No.
No?
She had a child with Shem. He adopted the child. He adopted the child, right?
Okay. And what's the point of Shimon marrying Dina if they can't be intimate?
She took care of him. He took care of her.
Somebody has to cook the dinner.
You don't have to get married to take care of someone, right? You just send them a check once a week.
What?
That's about it.
Yeah, they got more social security payments that way.
Take a look at an amazing pasuk. How do you know that a goy can marry his half sister? It's a pasuk in the Torah. How do you know a goy can marry his half sister as long as they don't share the same mother?
You have it.
No.
No, that's an end. But where's there a pasuk in the Torah, Avram, that tells us that a goy can marry his sister as long as they have that different
mother.
as long as they have a different mother? For a Jew, it's incest either way. But a goy, it's okay. It's a pasuk in the Torah, Avram. It's a pasuk in the Torah. You want to learn halachas? See?
Yeah.
We're on halachas.
Where is it?
I'll tell you. Al Tzachaim.
No.
It's in Parshas Vayera. Parshas Vayera. Page 55.
55.
Yeah. Remember Abraham said to Avimelech, she's my sister. Remember? Remember he said she's my sister?
Oh.
Page 55.
Right, to save his life, right?
To save his life, he said she's my sister, right?
Pasuk.
So, 55, Avimelech said, why did you lie to me? Why did you lie to me? She ain't your sister. So look what Abraham says in 55. You bet.
What pasuk?
You bet.
You bet your life.
You bet. I didn't lie to you. Vigam amna. It's true. Abraham, you bet.
This is 8.
This is Abraham speaking to the king of the PLO.
55, which verse?
You bet.
Oh, you'd bet.
Wherever she is, in my sister.
Vigam amna, it's true. Achaisi bas abihi. She is my sister, the daughter of my what? Father. Achlo bas imi, but she's not the daughter of what?
My mother.
Vatila Yishan. Therefore, it's legal for me to marry her.
Terach was her father.
One sec, look at Rashi.
Rashi says
Look at Rashi, you bet, Avram. I'll wait. Fasten your seatbelts. Achoisi bas avihi.
Yeah, I got it.
What does Rashi say?
Bat av muteret leben Noah.
What does that
The
mean?
daughter of a father.
What does that mean, daughter or father?
From a
Your
different
sister.
mother.
Your
The
sister.
daughter of one's father permitted to a Noahide for marriage.
See that?
Yes.
So therefore, it's okay to marry a half-sister, a bas av, if she is what? The daughter of my father, as long as we don't share the same mother. Muteres leben Noach. Muteres leben Noach. Shein avos lagoy. Because a goy doesn't have any avos.
והרי היא בתו של דרך.
So Rashi wonders, but B'nai Bonim Kibanim, she wasn't really Terah's daughter, she was Terah's granddaughter, right? So we see that B'nai Bonim Kibanim. But here, the Pasuk says clearly, Bas Av Muteres Leben Noach, that a goy can marry the daughter of his father, meaning his sister, as long as they don't share the same mother. For a Jew, it's incest, but they were not Jewish.
How about can a Jew marry a half
He didn't
sister?
marry a Canaanite.
What?
Can a Jew marry like if the someone who's has the same
No.
He has the integration.
father but a different mother?
That's incest for a Jew.
That's an incest.
For us, it's incest.
So,
But goyim, it's okay as long as they don't share the same mother. The question is, how could Rashi say that Shimon married whom? Dina. Didn't they share the same mother? So Mizrahi is shocked at Rashi. Avram, you sitting down?
Yeah.
How could Rashi say such a thing? So he
Right.
says it doesn't mean married, it means a platonic relationship. He took care of her. But they were not intimate. Because a goy cannot do that. They shared the same mother. Leah. Leah gave birth to both of them, right? Shimon and Dinah were both the mother of both the offspring of Leah. So it means
Terach was Iraqi,
Terach Ur Kasdim, Iraq.
so she was not a Canaanite.
Who?
Avram didn't
So we're talking about
marry a Canaanite, but he wanted his son to marry a Canaanite.
So that's the Ramban's question. He said that Keturah was a Kanani. So why was he careful for Yitzchak not to marry a Kanani? And he married a Kanani himself. The Ramban asked that
She was
question.
an Egyptian.
No, but the Ramban holds that Keturah was not the same as Hagar. He argues with Rashi. Ramban says that Keturah was a Canaanite woman.
Okay.
Not like Rashi, because it says of Leah Plakshim. It says that he had...
Rashi says it's the same.
Rashi is saying, Nachmanides disagrees. Nachmanides says that Keturah was a separate woman, a Canaanite. So Rashi says, so Ramban asked, how could that be? He's asking on himself. He was so careful that Yitzchak shouldn't marry. So he says, once Yitzchak had a shidduch, that's taken care of, now he's retired. That Avram did his job. He gave to Yitzchak, and now Yitzchak will carry the seed. That's protected. Now he's retired, he can marry a Canaanite. That's what Ramban says. As long as Am Yisrael, Nachmanides, as long as Am Yisrael is going to go through Yitzchak, right? Yitzchak and Rivka, they're taken care of. So now he's retired, so he can marry a Canaanite. Did he have how many sons with her? 6?
Whoa. I didn't follow. In other words, the thing with Shimon and Dinah was a platonic relationship. They weren't really
Yeah, we're
married,
mixing
right?
apples and oranges. We're talking about the Keturah and Avram, or we're talking about Dinah and Shimon? Who are we
We
talking
already
about?
did Shimon and Dinah. That was because
Shimon and Dinah.
They weren't really married. They were just
Right.
he was like helping
Rashi
her out.
said it has to be platonic because
They had the same mother.
the same mothers.
Okay,
What
now let's
Rashi
talk
mean?
about Avram and Keturah. What was
Right. So Ramban asked, he holds Keturah was not Hagar. She was a Canaanite woman.
Yeah. So
So he asked, Yitzchak, Avram was so worried that Yitzchak shouldn't marry a Canaanite
So
woman.
how could he do it?
What's good for the goose ain't good for the gander.
Yes. What's the answer?
So he says that as long as Yitzchak married Rivka, so Am Yisrael has a channel already. So now he's retired.
He's off the hook. You mean?
He's off the hook.
He can do whatever he
As
wants.
long as Yitzchak and Rivka are carrying the holy seed, he's now
Free to marry
he can marry wherever he wants.
In this case, Maseh Avot, Siman Labanim doesn't apply.
We forget they weren't Jewish. Torah wasn't given yet,
Right.
right?
So there's no
We
restriction.
forget that.
Nothing
He
against.
sent
He
them
didn't
to
break
the
any of the
east.
7 no idols.
They were holy people.
Keep the
They
7. Go ahead.
He
He
sent
didn't break
them to
the
the
He
east.
didn't break it.
He sent them to the east. It says, send all
No.
the kids to the east. Become the father of the Indian religions. He sent them all to the east. That's where the Eastern religions come from.
Okay.
That's right here in the place. So when the 7 people say that they claim that the Indian religion is older than Judaism, the Torah says it's not. We found it.
See, in last week's Perashah, when the kids get up to mourn him, to comfort him, 118 Pasuk Lamed Dalet Avram. Want to go back?
Lamed Dalet.
Yeah, 118 Lamed Hey. Remember, he thinks Joseph is dead. He sees the bloody coat.
118.
Page 118 Lamed Hey.
Lamed Hey.
Vayukumu kol banav kol benoisav lanachmoi. All of Yaakov's sons and daughters stand up to what? Comfort him. So Rashi wonders, he only had one daughter. Who are all the daughters?
So the answer is in
So
that
look
case.
at Rashi Lamed Hey, 118 Lamed Hey, Avram, I'll wait. What's bothering Rashi?
How can it be Benot?
You only had one. No, Rav Yehuda, I mean, go ahead.
Lamed Hey. Okay. Call Benotav.
What's bothering Rashi?
Rebbe.
What's bothering Rashi?
That he only had one daughter.
So how come it says daughters?
Daughters.
So Rav Yehuda says,
Achayot to Omo noldu im kol shevet v'shevet
Unesa'um. Each brother was born with a female twin,
Yeah.
and they married them. Look at footnote Vav. I'll wait. Footnote Vav. Ritzaina Laima, Rashi means to say. See footnote Vav?
Yeah. Kol echad nasa ha'te'oma shenolda im achi.
Each brother married the female twin, not born with him, born with the
Brother.
with his brother from a different mother. There were 4 mothers, weren't they?
Yeah.
There was Bilhah and Zilpah, Rachel and Leah. So each female twin, each boy married his female twin from a different mother. Shahoytala achot min ha'av. So it's the sister what? From the same father. V'lo min ha'em, but it's not the sister of what?
Same mother.
Ubenei Noach. Ubenei Noach.
Yeah, sons of Noah.
No?
That's not what Rabbi Nechemiah said.
Lo netstabu al zeh. A Bnei Noach is not commanded against that, so therefore it's permitted. Rabbi Chemia has another opinion, Kenani Oisaya. These were the daughter-in-laws, Canaanites. So how could they marry Canaanites?
Because they didn't care. But remember, after Shem, they took the booty, they killed everybody, and they married all the girls. Well, that's what it says. It says they took all the
They
girls.
said they married, they took them as slaves, married them. Chol ben Oisab. So a person could call a daughter-in-law a daughter. Rashi says,
The women always claim they're slaves anyway.
Rashi says that daughter-in-laws are called daughters. Did you know that?
Literally.
Yeah.
Rashi says the daughter-in-laws are called daughters.
Right. So another opinion is that these daughters were really his Canaanite daughter-in-laws. Shocking that they married Canaanites.
There wasn't much choice back then, really.
Huh?
There was no lot of choice.
And yet Yitzchak was so careful and Abraham was so careful.
That's why he didn't want them to carry his funeral.
Yeah.
His funeral.
That's right, that's right.
He said, don't let the grandkids touch my coffin.
That's right, because they're married.
They married Canaanites,
So there you
right?
go.
But you guys are kosher. But you guys married Canaanites, so why are you guys kosher to carry the coffin?
Rachel and Leah were, what were they?
Are Syrian.
Syria.
Aram Narayan, Syrian.
Also not Canaanites.
Not Canaanites, Syrian.
So Yaakov couldn't care less.
Canaanites were mushchas, morally corrupt.
Yes.
Teenage boy comes home and says,
So why did
Dad,
Abraham
I'm in love
want
with a
Yitzhak
girl.
to marry a
Father said,
Canaanite?
Because they're morally corrupt.
Who are the descendants of Canaanites today? Are there Canaanites around today?
Arafat said he.
My ex-wife said that she brought home
Well, that would make sense.
a blonde guy, Yemenite house. He's a blonde, had airplane money.
No,
Jewish.
Arafat is
But
not
not for me,
that kind.
that's all I asked.
He was of the Shadim. He comes from the Shadim.
Mm-hmm.
That's all she wanted.
So I don't understand. He told next week's Perashah, he tells his kids, don't let the grandchildren touch my coffin. In next week's Perashah.
Yes. Vayigash.
because they're Canaanite, right? They're married Canaanite.
But they marry kids. How come they're okay? They marry, right?
So if they carry marriage, they were not the daughter of Yaakov.
Look at Yud Gimel.
Correct.
Look at
So that
158
seems
Yud
to
Gimel.
imply
Abraham. Huh?
Implies that
Yud
they
Gimel.
weren't
158 Yud Gimel.
158 Yud Gimel?
Yeah.
158 Yud Gimel.
They carried his sons carried his coffin. Yisrael Sabanav Arts Canaan. They carried his body back to Canaan from Mitzrayim, right?
Yeah.
Look at Rashi. Yisrael Sabanav Rashi Yud Gimel, right column 158.
Below B'nai.
But not his
Not his
grandchildren.
grandchildren.
Shekach Tzivam. He commanded his children.
Al Yasu.
Don't allow anyone to carry my coffin.
He's contradicting himself.
Lo ish mitzri, lo echad mibnechem, not one of your sons, shehem bibnos Canaan.
Isn't he,
What?
isn't he contradicting himself?
Why?
He said that they married the brothers.
He says
There's
it's
two
possible.
opinions in the
He
Talmud.
said
One said he
gives two
married
opinions.
the half sister,
So obviously he
and
must
one
have-
says he married Canaanites. There are two opinions, and Rashi quotes
It
Chazal.
must be the second one.
Obviously, if they get
When
together.
two rabbis disagree, they're both right. They married Canaanites and they married the twins. We make a mistake when we think that one rabbi says this and the other that. They're both right. They married their half sister, and they also married Canaanite women. Right?
What about Rabbi Cook and Satmar?
What about?
What's that got to do with it? What's that
About
got to do with it?
Israel? They're
Yeah.
both right.
Somehow, I don't know. So he wouldn't allow his grandchildren to carry his coffin because they come from Canaanite mothers.
Some of them could have married the sisters, and some of them could have married Canaanites.
No, this I understood.
That could have been.
I asked something else.
So here I got a kasha on because
He
so
doesn't,
here
think, he
Rashi,
doesn't think the Satmar is right.
so here Rashi says
But he'll never say
clearly, right, that the brothers married Canaanite women, right, Avram
Yes,
Berkowitz?
it is clear.
But here Rashi will contradict himself. Halt cup, please. How do you say that in English? Halt cup.
Be patient.
Halt cup means hold your head. Halt cup. Rashi, you seem to take a look at Rashi says
This morning
in Vayigash. Go
in
ahead.
Shul,
Yeah,
a Syrian guy
yeah,
told me a Yiddish word, Yiddish
Yeah.
expression I had forgotten.
yeah.
Narishkeit.
Narishka Yiddish.
He's a Syrian.
Right?
He's
Stuyot.
telling me,
Stuyot.
don't take Narishkeit.
Stuyot. Page 119, Pasuk Bet.
119 bet.
Yeah. Vayarsham Yehuda Bas Ish Kanani, and he married her. Yehuda saw a daughter of a Canaanite woman, and he married her.
This we discussed already.
So take a look.
There is a machloikas.
1
I
second.
thought she was a son of Noah, a daughter of Noah of Shem.
Look at Kanani. No, this is earlier. You're mixing Kasha Ranishkis. Kanani. So Rashi says Tagora. You see that? Rashi's quoting Onkelos. Merchant. She actually was from Bensonhurst. But she's called a Kanani because all merchants are called. Why is Rashi forced to say that? Avram Berkowitz. Look at footnote Yud. I'll wait.
Footnote Yud. Yeah, Cain, Tagar, Targum.
Onkelos translate when he says he married a Canaanite woman, it can't mean a biological Canaanite woman, it must mean a trader. Remember Trader Horn? In the biblical, Kanani means traders, handlers. Why is Onkelos forced to say that? No? Avram, go ahead. Devadai hoya Yehuda gam kein nizar shaloi lisa bas Kanani. Yehuda was very careful not to marry a real Canaanite, as we find by Abraham and Yitzchak. So Rashi's contradicting himself. So here he said that the brothers married Canaanites, right?
Yeah.
And therefore Yaakov wouldn't allow the kids to touch his coffin. And here Rashi goes out of his way
It's as you said.
to say that.
Some did not.
Okay, so maybe Yehuda was more careful.
Yeah.
Yehuda was more careful.
That's why he became the king.
Because he was the king. Good to be the king. Who said that? They don't comment on that, Rashi.
I'm looking at 5,
38, chapter 38, 2. 38, 2.
2. The time.